Ever heard the saying, be careful what you wish for? Like, what if wanting someone to just shut up turned into something way darker?
That's a chilling thought, and it's eerily relevant to the case we're diving into today.
The murder of Jared Bridegan, a Microsoft executive seemingly caught in a random road rage incident. But like we found digging through all this material, random is the last word for it. This is about betrayal, hidden motives, a whole tangled mess of relationships.
And it all started in February 2022, Jacksonville, Florida. A seemingly ordinary day. Jared's dropping off his twins at his ex's place.
An everyday errand turning deadly.
A tire in the road forces Jared to stop, and boom, he's gone. Shot multiple times right there in the street.
And to make it even more horrifying, his 2-year-old daughter, Beaksley, is in the car, witnessing the whole thing.
It's the kind of detail that just stops you cold. This wasn't some random act of violence. The precision, the tire seemingly planted there, it all points to a planned hit.
And as the investigation got going, the spotlight quickly landed on someone close to Jared, his ex-wife, Shanna.
Now, before we go further, it's crucial to remember we're dealing with a lot of allegations here, perceptions from both sides. But the intensity of their divorce is undeniable.
Yeah, their custody battle over the twins was brutal.
Imagine the bitterness, the resentment that builds up when you're constantly fighting over your kids. And that's exactly what we see in the divorce filings. Accusations of spying, financial disputes, even an alleged comment from Shauna about wanting to shut up Jared.
Chilling, right?
Absolutely. Their divorce was finalized in 2015, but it seems less like an ending and more like just the beginning of a new battleground.
So you have this volatile history, then Jared's murdered. Naturally, investigators are going to zero in on Shauna. But at this point, it's all just speculation, no smoking gun.
Right. But the deeper investigators dug, the more unsettling it got. And the media, they were all over this story, putting immense pressure on Shauna. She did give some interviews, always maintaining her innocence, saying she was cooperating with the police.
But you know, something about her demeanor, the way she was trying to control the narrative, it felt off. Almost like she was trying too hard to convince everyone.
It's those subtle things, those inconsistencies, that can be huge in a case like this. And it wasn't long before a big break came. Surveillance footage. They finally had images of the truck near the crime scene. And guess what?
It was connected to the hitman.
You got it. A man named Henry Tenon, who eventually confessed to the whole thing.
Okay, so we have our hitman, but who hire him?
Yes.
This is where it gets really crazy. Mario Fernandez, Shanatz's new husband, it turned out Tenon had ties to him.
Boom. Suddenly, it's not just a heartbroken ex-wife. We're looking at a possible conspiracy.
And things just get wilder from here. But we'll have to save that for part 2.
Welcome back to our deep dive. Last time we were just getting to the juicy part. Mario Fernandez, Shanna's new husband, is about to spill the beans.
Talk about a cliffhanger. Right. This is where everything changes. Up to this point, Shanna's playing the innocent card, but Mario flipping.
Yeah.
That has the potential to blow the whole thing wide open.
And that's exactly what it did. His testimony was like a bomb going off. He just lays out this detailed account, claiming Shauna had been planning this for months, driven by this deep resentment and wanting full custody of the kids.
It's almost hard to grasp that level of anger pushing someone that far.
But according to Mario, that's what was going on. He said she planned it all out, even got him involved in finding the hitman, funneling money to Tenon.
Hold on, though. If he's implicating Shanna, doesn't that hurt his own case? He's clearly involved, too.
You're sharp. That's where the plea deal comes in. He pleads guilty to lesser charges, gives them everything he knows. It's a common tactic, get the smaller fish to take down the bigger one.
Makes sense. So with Mario singing and the evidence piling up, you'd think Shanna would be freaking out, right?
You'd think so, but instead she does something even more bizarre. Right after Mario's arrest, she packs up, takes the twins, and moves across the country to Washington State.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Red flag, right. It's like, is she running from the evidence? If she's scared, Mario will reveal even more. Or maybe she's trying to shield the twins from the media circus. It's hard to say, but it definitely didn't look good.
It's like something out of a movie. The mastermind realizing the game's up, trying to disappear.
But you can't really hide these days, can you? The authorities were on her tail, and it wasn't long before the news hit. Shanna Gardner arrested, charged with the murder of Jared Bridegan.
Wow.
And the indictment was chilling. It accused her of being the key player in this cold, calculated, and premeditated murder. Remember that comment about wanting to shut up Jared? Now it's not just words. It's seen as a glimpse into her true intentions.
So after all this time, all these twists and turns, the alleged mastermind is behind bars. But it doesn't end there, does it? This case is about so much more than just catching the bad guy. It's about the devastation left behind, the impact on everyone involved, especially Jared's family.
Absolutely. His family has been through hell and back, first losing him in such a brutal way, then enduring months of suspicion, investigation, the media frenzy. And then there are the twins, stuck in the middle of it all. Their lives changed forever by the alleged actions of their own mother.
It's hard to even fathom what they must be going through.
Jared's widow, Kirsten, she's been incredible, fighting for justice for her husband, but also fighting to see the twins, to be a part of their lives, to help them through this.
It's heartbreaking. She helped raise those kids. They were family.
Huh.
And now she's denied access, kept apart from them.
It's a tragic situation all around. And then you have Shauna's parents, the founders of that big company, Stampin' Up. They release a statement saying how sad they are, how they're focused on supporting their daughter and grandkids. But it doesn't quite sit right with a lot of people.
Yeah, considering they've reportedly kept the twins isolated, limiting contact with Jared's family.
It makes you wonder, are they really protecting the twins, or is it more about protecting their daughter and their image? It's a tangled mess. No easy answers.
This case really makes you think, doesn't it? How well can you ever know anyone, what's lurking beneath the surface? And how far would someone go to get what they want, even if it means hurting those closest to them?
It's unsettling, for sure. We like to think our lives are stable, that those we love would never hurt us. But this case shows us just how fragile that can be, how quickly things can unravel, and the emotional wreckage left behind. It's immense.
Welcome back. We've been really digging into this Microsoft murder, a case that's just captivated everyone with its twists and turns, right?
It's mind-blowing, honestly. Started with what seemed like a simple road rage incident, a tire in the road. But as we've uncovered, it's so much darker than that.
It wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment thing. This was meticulously planned, and if the allegations are true, orchestrated by Jared Bridegan's ex-wife, Shanna Gardner. The motives, though? We can only speculate.
We've gone through it all, step by step. The hitman, Henry Tenon, getting arrested, then finding out about Mario Fernandez's involvement, and finally Shanna being indicted. And now, with this whole legal battle ahead, it's important to remember the weight of it all. Not just the legal stuff, but the human cost, the impact this has had.
It's easy to get caught up in the true crime aspect, the mystery of it all. But we can't forget about the real people, the lives that have been shattered.
Absolutely. Jared Bridegan, a father, a successful guy, his life's just cut short. His family left picking up the pieces, dealing with the grief, fighting for justice.
And then there are the twins, Liam and Abby. Caught in the middle of this whole mess, their lives forever changed by what their mother allegedly did.
It's just heartbreaking to think about. They lost their dad, their mom's accused of orchestrating it, and they're thousands of miles away from the only other family they knew.
And Kirsten, Jared's widow. It's incredible, her strength, fighting for justice, but also just to see the twins, to love and support them through this.
She helped raise them, they were a family, and now she's being kept apart. It's just wrong.
The whole thing is just tragic. And then you have Shauna's parents. They're the founders of that big company, Stampin' Up, right? They put out a statement saying how sad they are, how they're supporting their daughter and grandkids. But a lot of people just aren't buying it.
Especially since they've reportedly kept the twins isolated, limiting contact with Jared's family.
It makes you wonder, is it really about the kids' well-being? Or is it more about protecting their daughter, their family's reputation?
It's a tough question. This case really brings up some unsettling thoughts, like, how well do we ever truly know anyone? What's hidden beneath the surface? How far would someone go to get what they want, even if it means hurting the people they're supposed to love?
It's scary, honestly. You think you're safe, that those close to you would never hurt you. But this case shows how quickly that illusion can be shattered. And the pain that's left behind, it's just immense.
As we wrap this up, I think we're all left with this feeling of unease. Like, we may never fully understand what drove this, the darkness behind it all.
The Microsoft murder, it's gonna stick with us, that's for sure. A tragic story of betrayal, ambition, just how fragile life can be. It's been a heavy one, but thanks for joining us on this deep dive, for exploring all the angles with us. And remember, there's always more to uncover, more to understand. Keep searching, keep asking questions, keep those conversations going.